Trust is the foundation a fellow needs in order to serve their community. Without it, you don't connect. You can't build a relationship on something you don't understand or you haven't explored. Trust is not only something that given, you have to earn it, right? You have to be there. You have to be present. You have to be empathetic. You have to be understanding. And you have to be useful. There's nothing worse than someone who's in need of your help and you're not able to give that to them. To sustain those relationships in your community, to prove to your community that you do care, that you do want to help. All right, here we are. Hi, my name is Chanel Scott, and I'm an AmeriCorps member working under Lead for America. And today I want to show you where I served for the majority of my service. Here at Manning Branch Library in Chicago, Illinois, south side of Chicago, is where I served. This is where I signed people up for the Affordable Connectivity Program. Come in. This is where it all started. The banner's still here. Usually there's a desk and there's a chair, and although it's a very small space in comparison to the whole library, this is where it all started. This is where I started building those strong relationships within the community. Here, people would see me every day. Every time I was here, they'd see me from 10 to 1. Some people wouldn't even talk to me. They just walk right past me. But because I represented something important, because I had something to offer them, I stayed here. Right? And there was this couple. They walked past me for 4 months, and then one day they approached my desk. You know what they said? They're like, "We've seen you here. You're a constant here. We were so skeptical about this program, but because you've been here, you've been that constant, that consistent person that we can see every day at the library here putting in the work. We wanted to sign up. We want to know more about it. Tell us more about it." After that conversation is when I realized how important it was to sustain those relationships within those communities, because the more that I was here, the more constant, the more that I was present, right, proved to everybody that I was here to serve them. They could trust me. I wasn't only just in the corner helping people with ACP, but I was also helping people with anything in relation to digital literacy. There are other needs here too. If anyone needed help with creating a resume, anyone needed help with navigating Microsoft, I was there. I was basically the Digital Navigator that people could count on. These were the computers that were used to help anyone who came in for anything in relation to digital literacy. So you remember that family I mentioned earlier? That woman that approached me and she said that she'd seen me for 4 months. She was very skeptical about the program. Well, it turns out she had 4 kids, and they were all in grade school, and she was divorced, and she was a single mother. And she confided in me, and she let me know. She told me that none of her kids had computers. She had no digital literacy skills. She didn't know Excel. She was still learning English. But she was here anyway. She came to the library every Tuesday, learning about the new resources here, learning about the programs that she can bring her kids to. And I realized at that moment that I was that kid. My dad, a single father, raising 2 girls in Chicago, he was struggling, and we didn't get a computer until we were teenagers. He couldn't afford to pay for a computer that me and my sister could use for school. And her story reminded me of that childhood experience, not being able to have access to those resources that many of the other kids had. And this experience opened my eyes. It made me realize how important the affordable connectivity was, the true impact that this program can have for those that are truly struggling out there, those that don't have the technology to live their lives, to excel, to do what they want to do. People who don't have access to these resources are limited. Their options are limited, everything.